think for investments in the region, it's fair to say kind of the broad rises in indices are potentially done. We obviously had a sharp rise in the onshore market last year. I think increasingly it becomes a lot more about the stock specifics and the individual fundamentals of the company. So from the perspective of looking at that and looking at gains, I think it will have, and we have seen this, much more dispersion between the performance of individual stocks, and therefore it's important that investors pay more attention to the stocks. There isn't that rising balloon effect, I think, of markets pushing more broadly. The geopolitical tensions, I think it's interesting to see how the Biden administration has approached that over the first few months of the term. It certainly seems that, as you said, the tit for tat has continued. I think it just puts a focus on trying to see through a bit of the noise and getting down to that company level and understanding those very fully.
Right. Does that mean, as an investment manager, that you step back and take a view of caution across your investments? I mean, how does this play into your investment strategy, if at all?
It's potentially limited. I mean, clearly, if you were looking at a stock with a high exposure to the US, then that's going to be an issue. But if we were thinking about the domestic onshore market, part of the beauty of that market is you are accessing opportunities that don't necessarily exist elsewhere. So, and we think about that in the broader context of how the central government within China has talked about its next 5-year plan, which was this dual circulation. And dual circulation clearly puts an idea on focusing more on the domestic market. And clearly there are a lot of companies that benefit from that domestic market. We've seen over the course of the last 2 prints on PMI that the services sector picked up notably in Q4. We've just seen a print, I think 54.3 for the last Caixin index. So that services sector is recovering. So that domestic consumption is recovering. At the same time, we've seen tourism, domestic tourism within China really picking up, 91% up from 2019 back to 2021 over the course of the Qingming Festival. We've already seen flight bookings for the upcoming holidays in early May exceed their 2019 level, which I think is a better barometer than 2020 with the COVID crisis. So I think it really puts a bit of a perspective for us as investment managers on, finding those stocks that benefit from the Asia story, the domestic China story for Chinese stocks.